Bonjour les étudiants, j'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui, on va faire une leçon sur le monde. I hope you all are well and today we are going to learn about the world. Le monde means the world. In French, each continent, like in English, has a different name. L'Asie is Asia. You know, we kind of have couple of continents in which we divide the world. So Asia is one of the largest continent. So now I'm going to say it in French so that you understand how to express the same expression in French. L'Asie est un des continents le plus grand du monde. Le monde, du monde means of the world. Like in a previous lesson, we have learned le Coupe du Monde, the World Cup. So monde, mondial means global. So the first continent that we are going to review today is Asia, l'Asie. I repeat, l'Asie. What we will do today in the lesson is like we will get acquainted to different countries of Asia and we are going to do it in alphabetical order. Les pays de l'Asie means the countries of Asia. Les pays de l'Asie. I repeat, les pays de l'Asie. Liste des pays par ordre alphabétique. List of the countries by alphabetical order. The first in the list is Afghanistan. Afghanistan. L'Arabie Saoudite. L'Arabie Saoudite. L'Arménie. Armenia. L'Arménie. L'Azerbaïdjan. L'Azerbaïdjan. Or l'Azerbaïdjan you can say. Bahrain, Bahrain or Bahrain, Bangladesh, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Bhutan, Birmanie, Birmanie, Brunei, Brunei, Cambodge, Cambodge, la Chine, la Chine, Corée du Nord, Corée du Nord, Corée du Sud, Corée du Sud, Émirats Arabes Unis, Émirats Arabes Unis, Géorgie, Inde, Indonésie, Cambodge or Cambodia, la Chine, China, Corée du Nord, North Korea, Corée du Sud, South Korea, Émirats Arabes Unis, United Arab Emirates, la Géorgie, Georgia. And or land is India. Indonesia is Indonesia. Iraq, Iran, Israël, Japon, Jordanie, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Kuwait, Laos, Liban. So I repeat, Iraq is Iraq, Iran is Iran, Israel is Israel, Japan is Japan, Jordanie is Jordan, Kazakhstan is Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan is Kyrgyzstan, Kuwait is Kuwait, Laos is Laos, Liban is Lebanon, Malaysia, Malaysia, Malaisie, Maldives, Mongolie, Népal, Oman, Uzbekistan, Palestine, Pakistan, Philippines. Malaysia is Malaysia. Maldives is Maldives. Mongolia is Mongolia. Nepal is Nepal. Oman is Oman. Uzbekistan is Uzbekistan. Palestine is Palestine. Pakistan is Pakistan. Philippines is Philippines. Qatar, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Syrie, Tajikistan, Thaïlande, Timor oriental, Turkménistan, Turquie, Vietnam, Yemen. Qatar is Qatar. Singapore is Singapore. Sri Lanka is Sri Lanka. Syria is Syria. Tajikistan is Tajikistan. Thailand is Thailand. Timor Oriental is East Timor. Turkmenistan is Turkmenistan. Turkey is Turkey. Vietnam is Vietnam. Yemen is Yemen. So just to tell you a few things about Asian countries, because we are in an Asian country. You remember when I was talking about in alphabetical order, l'Afghanistan, l'Arabie Saoudite, l'Arménie, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Birmanie. So Birmanie has also, Birmanie is Burma, but Birmanie has also another name in English, that's Myanmar. So I would just repeat here, les pays voisins de lands, which are the neighboring countries of India. So, l'Afghanistan, la Birmanie, la Chine, then Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and perhaps we have forgotten to say le Bhutan. So, slowly we are learning how to say the country's name, and we would also learn how to look at the countries. So, for example, la Chine. La Chine est au nord de l'Inde. China is to the north of India. L'Afghanistan, c'est nord-ouest. Le Pakistan, c'est vers l'ouest. Le Bangladesh, c'est vers l'est. La Birmanie, c'est vers l'est. Le Sri Lanka, c'est au sud. So you know, nord, sud, est and west. Means nord is north, sud is south, est is east, and west is west. So, with this, we are going to another continent, that is Europe, l'Europe. So, how do you say it in French? L'Europe. Liste des pays de l'Europe par ordre alphabétique. Albanie. Albanie is Albania. Albanie. L'Allemagne. L'Allemagne is Germany. Andorre is Andorre. Autriche. Autriche is Austria. Belgique is Belgium. Belarusie is Belarus. Bosnia-Herzegovina is Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bulgaria is Bulgaria. Chypre is Cyprus. Croatia is Croatia. Denmark is Denmark. Spain is Spain. Estonia is Estonia. Finland is Finland. France is France, la France. Greece, Hungary. Ireland, Iceland. Italy, Italy or Italia. Kosovo is Kosovo. Lettonia is Lithuania. Liechtenstein is Liechtenstein. Lithuania is Lithuania. Luxembourg is Luxembourg. Macedonia is Macedonia. Malta is Malta Island. Moldavia is Moldavia. Monaco is Monaco. Montenegro is Montenegro. Norvège is Norway. Pays-Bas is Holland. Pologne is Poland. Portugal is Portugal. Republic Czech is Czech Republic. Romania is Romania. Royaume-Uni is United Kingdom, the UK. Russia. Saint-Marin is Saint-Marin. Serbia is Serbia. Slovakia is Slovakia. Slovenia is Slovenia. Sweden is Sweden. Swiss is Switzerland. Ukraine is Ukraine. Vatican is Vatican. So from this list, you can make out that in Europe, the big countries we might be knowing, but there are many countries which are very small and which depend on different countries. For example, Monaco is a small principality in the southern France. Monaco est une principauté au sud de la France, mais qui est indépendant. And Monaco, the Principality of Monaco, for defense and other things depends on France. So in this list, you have many countries which are actually very small countries, such as Vatican. Vatican has been recognized as a different country, but it is situated in Italy. So now moving to the next continent, l'Afrique. So Africa is one of the biggest continents of the world. So now I am going to read out the names in alphabetical order of the African countries. L'Afrique du Sud, you know, Sud is South, l'Afrique du Sud is South Africa. Algeria is Algeria. I will do a small thing here. I will also let you know the prominent countries where French is either official language or medium of educational instructions, such as Algérie. In Algeria, la langue française est une langue officielle. So, Algérie, Angola, then Benin is Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon. So, here in this small list, in Benin, in Burkina Faso, in Cameroon, you use French as one of the major languages. Cap Vert, République Centrafricaine, Comores, République du Congo, République démocratique du Congo, Côte d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Egypt. In this list, from Cap Vert to République Centrafricaine, Comores, République du Congo, these are primarily English speaking, whereas République démocratique du Congo is a French speaking country, Côte d'Ivoire or the Ivory Coast is a French speaking country, Djibouti is a French speaking country, Egypt, you know all that in Egypt many people speak very good French. Eritrea, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea. So in this list, I would say that Gabon is the only country where French is one of the major languages. Guinée-Bissau, Guinée équatoriale, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, Libye, Madagascar. So in this small list, I would say that in Libya, there are many people who speak French, and Madagascar, as you know, French is one of the major languages. Malawi, Mali, Maroc, Maurice, Mauritanie, Mozambique, Namibia, Niger, Nigeria. In this small list, I would ask you to pay attention to Niger and Nigeria, Nigeria and Niger. In Niger, the official language is French. In Mozambique, the official language is French. In Mauritania, we speak largely French. Morocco, as you know, the Kingdom of Morocco has French as one of the main language along with Arabic. Mali has also French as a major language. Uganda, Rwanda, Sao Tome et Principe, Sénégal, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Somalia, Sudan. In this list of Uganda, Rwanda, and like in this particular list, remember Senegal is one of the major French speaking country, and the first president of Senegal, independent Senegal, is a very well known French writer. Seychelles, which also houses some international organization, has French as a major language. Then in the list of African countries, we come to Sudan du Sud. So, you know, South Sudan is one of the newest country of the world. So, Sudan du Sud, Tanzania, Chad, Togo, Tunisia, Zambia, Zimbabwe. So, as you know, even in Tunisia, we speak French as a major language. Now, we will move on to the next big continent called l'Amérique. In English, we divide this continent into two parts, North America and South America. In French, l'Amérique du Nord and l'Amérique du Sud. But in French, normally l'Amérique refers to North America and both North America and South America. So, the countries in alphabetical order, Antigua et Barbuda, you know, Antigua, we are talking a lot these days, even in India. Argentine is Argentina, Bahamas, the famous Bahamas Island, Barbade, Belize, Bolivia is Bolivia, Brazil is Brazil, Canada is Canada. Again, I would point out, as you know, Canada has a large number of French speakers, which is known as Quebec in English and Quebec in French. So, Canada is one of the major countries that has French as an official language. Chile, Colombie, Costa Rica, Cuba, République Dominicaine, Dominique, Équateur, États-Unis. So, in this list, you see these are primarily Spanish-speaking countries, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, République Dominicaine, Dominique, Équateur, and États-Unis. États-Unis is United States. So, USA, the USA in French is États-Unis. So, when we use it in a language, we say les États-Unis. So, now the rest of the countries of l'Amérique. Grenade is Grenada, Guatemala is Guatemala, Guyana, Haiti, Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, Nicaragua. So, in this particular list, you see most of the countries are Spanish speaking. Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Saint Kitts et Nevis, Saint Vincent et les Grenadines, Sainte Lucie, Salvador, Suriname, Trinité et Tobago, Uruguay, and Venezuela. So, these are the countries of two Americas. Now, we will move into another continent in French, which we call Oceania, les pays de l'Océanie. Les pays de l'Océanie. So, again in alphabetical order, Australie, Île Cook, Fidji, Kiribati, Île Marshall, Micronésie, Nauru, Niue, Salomon, Samoa, Tonga, Tuvalu, Vanuatu. So with this, we are coming to a complete list of the countries in the world. And I would request you that in this particular segment of Oceania, there are big countries. What we offer, or we often refer to, is like Australia is Australia, Fiji is Fiji, and Nouvelle-Zélande is New Zealand, and Vanuatu, you know, it's one of the major tourist attraction globally. So with this, we are coming to a complete list of the countries. In this context, I would say pay attention and make a list of most used countries in the world and which you will be able to use frequently in French. For example, we have done a lesson on vacation. Cette année, pour les vacances, je vais en Allemagne. So this year, during vacation, I'll go to Germany, but en Allemagne. So here comes a very important point about all the countries that we have learned today. That it's a big difference between English and French. In English, you usually don't put any article in front of the country's name, except for the USA or the UK. A few exceptions are there, but in French, all the countries have a gender. Land is feminine, and when you say, I am going to India, je vais en Inde. Morocco, in contrast, is a masculine name. So, je vais au Maroc. So, when we are learning prepositions, you have to remember that for each of these countries, we have, like when you say, I'm going to the United States, les États-Unis, les, it's in plural, L-E-S, les États-Unis, in that case, je vais aux États-Unis. So, in our next session, we are going to learn about the prepositions to use with the country's name. Till then, I would request you to do an exercise. Écrivez une lettre à un ami or une amie sur les pays voisins de l'Inde. Write a letter to a friend, in French of course, on the neighboring countries of India. As you know, India has multiple neighboring countries: le Népal, le Bhoutan, le Sri Lanka, la Birmanie, le Bangladesh, le Pakistan et les Maldives, or Maldives, as you want to say. So, try to write a letter in French. You can write about that country and its location, whether it's towards the north or the south, east or the west, according to their location, and try to also integrate some of the touristic places in those countries where you might have to go during vacation. You may love to go during vacation. So, écrivez une lettre à un ami ou une amie sur les pays voisins de l'Inde. With this, we are coming to the concluding part of the lesson. Bonne chance, bon courage, bonne continuation et au revoir.